Hello and welcome to Doctor Who Season 9. So starting off with this season, we got the Day of the Daleks. It's been a long while since we've had a Dalek story, hasn't it? Since the early 60s. What, 67? Yeah, 67. So they thought to bring the Dalek back in this season so that they would that children would never miss the Daleks. And so this was the trend for the 70s to always bring the Daleks back whenever they were needed. In this case, they were needed, well, for the day. It's in the name. Don't you know? Day of the Daleks is the. I wouldn't say it was the best story of the 9th series, but of the classic series. But you get what I mean. You get my drift. You get my drift. You get my drift. So, yeah, that's they're the Daleks. Next up, The Curse of Peladon. Yeah, this is one of those stories, yeah, it's not great. But David Troughton makes his first appearance in Doctor Who. Yeah, it's pretty good. Well, his performance is okay. That green monster, I forgot what his name was. Alfred Centauri, that's what it was. Debuted in this story. What does Joe do? I don't know. Falls in love with the prince, who's played by David Troughton, of course. To him, she's a princess. But to her, he's a preppy guy. I don't know how that works. But they kind of made it work for what they needed to do for the story. Next up, the Sea Devils and the Master's back. This time, a new species, cousins to the Silurians. Yeah, the Sea Devils are much different. They come out of the sea. My favourite bit is when they're walking out of the ocean and they come onto the surface. It's pretty creative of the money that they had. This was before, later down the line in the 80s, that's when Doctor Who started losing money. But 60s and 70s, the money was still up there. They had a lot more, I wouldn't say time, but they had more production value to make costumes, sets. Yeah, sets. So essentially, that's all it was. But the story is very good. The monster's very good. Next up, the Mutants. This is another dud. And there's nothing I can say about it. It's just, oh, the Mutants, oh my god, it's just, oh, it's bad. Moving on, the Time Monster. The Master's back again. Not great of an ending of a season, not great, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't find it that bad, but I didn't find it great either. So, in conclusion, is season 9 terrible? Yes, in a lot of ways. But is it bad? No, not really. There are some really good ones in there. You just have to find them. Join me next time for season 10 for the 10th anniversary of Doctor Who.